Stakes of Zion are for a defense and for a refuge from the storm and from wrath, when it shall be poured out without measure upon the whole earth.
Travis Wayne Goodsall. It's church news time. I thought the church was finally doing something to help warn Mormons. Nope. Oh, a little kid demanding requests for mommy. No. Turns out I was wrong. The church again is betraying Mormons. This is the final year of the latter days. My number one video is not the popular video at the moment, despite how rapidly it's increasing. That would be great to see it match my number one video that I did way back in the first year of the reign of King Zedekiah, king of Judah. You have to watch my videos. It's too late to explain everything. You know, like explaining my ring and what it means. Comments are getting too big now. I'm not able to keep up with them, so understand all comments are held for review to prevent abuse. You do not have free speech to take away the free speech of others. Hate speech is not protected in the First Amendment. Regardless of whether you can get a Supreme Court justice to agree with you and bribe them with a member of the secret combination that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints owns and operates. Again, there's too much information to share with you if you're brand new. And so this is the bicentennial year of Joseph Smith's second vision, the abomination of desolation, the day that shall burn as an oven. And Joseph Smith has left us clues that the date is 9/11. And notice how the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, especially now after this, has been silent. They have not mentioned it. They've not even talked about it, brought it up, even said, hey, we've got a big announcement for October conference. Nope, nothing. This is the big part of Mormonism. And if you were to actually pay attention to what you read in the second vision, you'd go, holy crap. I'm in the great and abominable church. Joseph Smith is trying to warn me of this, and telling me, as he does, in section 64, verse 24, get out of Babylon. That was given on 9/11, by the way. The church announced today that the Manhattan Temple will be renovated, so it'll be closed. And they provided the picture of what it'll look like. I saw the original picture because I get to tell you a little bit about my history. Isn't that fun? And so, yeah, I was thinking that this was going to be immediate. Nope. That they were going to spare you from going to Manhattan to keep you away from Ground Zero, one of several potential Ground Zeros. Because this involves 3rd Nephi chapter 7, verse 1. There is an annual event now on 9/11 at a certain place in Manhattan where the president, the chief judge, and the vice president are both together giving speeches. Who wants to overthrow the government of the United States of America? Oh yeah, the secret combination, led by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And they're going to take out Utah too. So that's what I was originally thinking. They're saving those who live in Manhattan, who are the filthy rich, so that they stay away from the temple and remain on the Upper East Side. Is it the Upper East Side? Yeah, I think that, yeah. Not the Harlem, not the northern, but the east side of the park where the temple is. And so, which it is far enough away, but it depends on what the fire will be. But no, it's a deception. It's a distraction to make Mormons think that all is well in Zion and that there won't be the fulfillment of Joseph Smith's prophecy, that Joseph Smith will be a fraud. That's what the presidents of the church are doing by keeping silent about this. That's what they do here with this Manhattan announcement. Everything will be fine. Nothing will happen on 9/11. Don't listen to Travis and his over 2,000 view video. One day still. It's not quite 2 days yet. But yeah, I've given you the quotes. Hinckley made it very clear. It's going to happen, and it's going to be devastating. Oakes, good old Oakes, who's next in line to be the president of the church, had come out and said, stake centers will protect you. And thus the video I did. Anybody who knows anything knows that the stake center, let alone any ward building, are not allowed to be used on Mondays except by missionaries who have keys to the building. But that's only if they want to do a investigator lesson or hold their district meetings there. But no baptisms. Those are usually set aside for Saturdays. And so, yeah, no regular Mormon is allowed in the buildings on Mondays. They're not supposed to assign anything to be done on Mondays. Especially Monday evenings, because that used to be Family Home Evening, right? Because Nelson changed the whole Sunday service schedule so that Sundays are now Family Home Evening. Did you pay attention to that? Or are you still having family home evening on Mondays? Disobeying Nelson and thus get burned for disobedience. And so, yeah, I was a missionary in the Bronx, finishing up my mission. And the branch president was in need of our help with the branch, not just for what we were sent there to do with making the membership directory. And so we acted in the position of branch president counselors, as well as the financial clerk, membership clerk, and teaching, and elders quorum, whatever was needed when we went. And there were other missionaries of the various languages that were also there as well. There was, the branch president had announced in one sacrament meeting once that there were 59 different nations represented in that Bronx branch. And because of the work that McFarland and I did, we were able to find out that we needed more elders to turn it into a ward. And those of you who know the history know that they couldn't get enough men, too many women, and so they had to split it into 2 branches. And then I heard later on that they split the New York mission into a North and South mission. And so people ask me, did you serve in the New York North or South? Isn't that sweet? They think I'm so young. My cousin went to the New York North. And so he saw my investigator records that I developed in Poughkeepsie, and sure didn't utilize it as I meant it to be utilized, as none of the elders did. Dumbasses. You go on your mission brand new as a 19-year-old boy, because this was back in the old days. You think you know it all, and you don't listen to your elders, and you get burned. And so the branch president was called to attend a special super sacred secret meeting about the Manhattan Temple, and asked me and my companion, I'm not sure if it was Baxter or if it was still McFarland, but yeah, we got to sit in on the meeting discussing the plans for the Manhattan Temple and discussing any concerns about transportation and parking and all that stuff. So yeah, I know of it well. In fact, the building to the right used to have, if it still doesn't have, a bank, which the majority of missionaries would use for their monthly money to fund their mission, plus extras from family that were not allowed to be sent to us. I was the only one obedient because my parents were both missionaries themselves and thus strictly obedient. Thus I didn't have any towels, let alone a cassette player to play the Together Forever tape, as well as the missionary guide manual on cassette tape. Yes, kids, before internet streaming, there was this thing called cassette tapes and VHS tapes that beat out beta. Whoa. Must be worth a fortune. They were worth a fortune back then, because they were very expensive to make. Not like DVDs, but still, they're trying to do away with DVDs. Just stupid. Streaming is stupid, Disney. And so, yeah, lots of memories. Lost Peter Paulino, who was there in the Bronx branch. He was the first counselor. And when we weren't there, also the second counselor and the membership clerk and the financial clerk. So yeah, he was relieved to have missionaries come in and help ease the burden of leadership. But yeah, he took me into his office in the trade tower and exchanged the coins that I'd been picking up off the streets as we walked the pavement, and changed them into traveler's check so I can take it on the airport back to Southern California. And he died on 9/11. So, yeah, I know the tragedy of 9/11. I've been doing videos since the first year of the reign of King Zedekiah, King of Utah, which was my #1 video. And Missouri is a trap. I had to find out later when I found the Joseph Smith Papers, 19 July 1840. But all this time I've been learning church history, sharing it with you, continuing to share with you my knowledge of prophecy, revelation, seership, and translation. So yeah, I was concerned that after the April conference, which technically was a miracle that I got as many views as I did, because YouTube was really hurting me to silence my voice. So I wasn't sure if you guys would get the warning message. And then afterwards, I thought that was it. And now finally the video in the year that shall burn as an oven, which is the final year of the latter days. The first year and the last year, I am on track to have my #1 and #2 videos on YouTube on this channel. So are you hearkening? Are you getting the hell out of Utah? And is anybody going to be taking me with you? I have the Egyptian gold plates that need to be preserved.